Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we'll be reviewing the fourth T20 between New Zealand and Australia. Australia have come back into this series. It's 2-2 now. They were 2-0 down and they've won two games on the trot to take this to a series decider. Today it was Aaron Finch, Captain Finch, leading from the front, 79 of 55 balls. It was actually a slowish wicket for Wellington and like New Zealand standards. Normally the ball comes on nicely to the bat. There's a lot of runs in New Zealand, especially in T20s. But I think as this New Zealand summer is coming to an end, the pitches are getting a bit slower. You saw the ball coming on a bit slowly to the bat. It wasn't coming on nicely. The slower cutters were very useful. We saw Kane Richardson use it really well today. And then the spinners were difficult to get away, whether it was Ish Sodhi or whether it was Adam Zampa and Ashton Agar. I think it was difficult to, when there was no pace on the ball, for the batsman to generate that power. And I think, Australia won the toss. They batted first. It looked like, a par score. They're actually heading for 120, 130, but Finch hit 20 runs of that Jameson over the last over of the innings. And that was probably the game changer right there, because I think 120, 130, New Zealand would have been in the game, even though it's a difficult pitch. New Zealand would probably prefer to chase that kind of score. But 156 on this pitch was actually a very good score in hindsight, considering the pitch wore on even more and more. Like, it became a bit difficult to bat on as the game went on. There wasn't much dew or anything like that. So Australia made full use of the conditions. It was all Finch. I think New Zealand bowled well. Trent bowled again. He was really good. Mitchell Santner and Ish Sodhi were the pick of the bowlers. Like I said, spinners in this game, they had a great time. It was a field day for them. Santner picking up one wicket for 16 runs, economy of 4. Brilliant figures. Sodhi, a bit more expensive, 8 runs for over, but he picked up 3 wickets in his 4 over quota as well. So he was magnificent as well. But they just couldn't get Finch out. Finch, it looked like they were struggling, Australia, but it was actually a really good innings. It was run a ball, he anchored it really nicely. The main thing was he stayed there till the end. The last over, he just capitalized. I think Jameson is a quick bowler, and so on this kind of pitch, he should have used his more variations, should have used the slower ball off cutters. Maybe he needs to develop that as he plays more international cricket, especially the shorter format. When he plays the IPL, he'll need to come up with variations, because if he just bowls line and length in a T20 game, the batsman will pick you out and they'll start hitting you all over the park, because the game has changed. They like the pace on the ball, and if you're in Test cricket, you need to be accurate. When T20 cricket, you need to be a bit different. So I think that's it. Like, I think he needs to try the Yorker more as well. And then if that's going for runs, if it's not accurate bowling the full deliveries, then he'll have to work on variations, the shorter delivery as well. He needs to mix it up, Jameson. And I think Finch took advantage of that. It was a great innings with the context of the game, context of the pitch today. It was a great innings. And then, 156 was on the board. And New Zealand came into bat. It looked like they might just chase it, but from ball one, they were struggling. Tim Seifert, he scored 19 of 28 balls. That's a strike rate of 67. Gupta's strike rate was 70, 7 of 10 balls. Williamson's strike rate was 66. Conway, 85 strike rate. Glenn Phillips, 33. Neesham, 60. Sanders, 60. So I'm just giving you an example. The highest strike rate was Sadi, 150, because he hit 1-6. And he just faced 4 deliveries. So the reason why I'm talking about these strike rates is from the top 5 or 6 batsmen, no one struck above 100. And for T20, that's poor. You need to be striking more, and they need to. I think New Zealand should have adapted to the pitch. They were trying to hit a few balls out of the park. It went in the air. They got out. They should have tried to work the singles. 150 was gettable if they took it deep. Especially, I was surprised Williamson. I think this would have been the perfect chase for him. He's batted in tough conditions. I remember the IPL qualifier in the playoff game against RCB just this last season. It was a tough pitch, and he anchored the innings. It was a similar sort of score that they had to chase. So I think he could have chased. They needed him till the end. I think single double in this wicket and then take it till the last couple of overs, and then you could have launched, like exactly what Finch did. I think Finch set the platform. New Zealand should have followed that script, but they didn't. They tried to be a bit over aggressive. They struggled, and then they got frustrated and just got out. So rotation of strike is still very important. Even if it's T20 cricket, it's very important, and you can always catch up when it's just 8 runs required to win the game. You can always catch up. So just make sure that you rotate the strike. Don't consume too many dot balls, because the more dot balls you consume, then you want to hit even more, and then when you hit more, you sky you play a wrong shot and you get out. We saw a lot of catches skied today, a lot of shots skied, and Australia took their catches well. They fielded well. For me, Kane Richardson was outstanding. It was his type of pitch, those cutters, really good variations, slower deliveries, and he hit the right lines and lengths. Ashton Agar again, superb. After that 6-4, today he only picked up 2 wickets, which is low for him compared to his last game, but only 2.7 runs economy rate. In his 4 overs, he just gave 11 runs, picked up two wickets. That's a match-winning spell right there, especially when it's a modest total that you're defending. And Adam Zampa, 6 runs and over, 2 wickets, again crucial. So these guys, Maxwell, 2 wickets, 3 overs, 4.67 economy. So all the bowlers contributed well. Jai Richardson didn't pick up a wicket, but I don't think they'll be too bothered. Meredith, again, he's a pacey type of bowler like Jameson, so he didn't pick up a wicket on this pitch, but he still bowled well. He went for economy of 6.6. So an excellent bowling effort from Australia. They're getting back into this series really well now. It all sets up for a mouth-watering contest in the fifth and final T20. It could be anybody's game. Australia needed the big guns to step up, and they've stepped up, especially Finch. We saw Maxwell in the last game step up. I think now even the tactics will change. The teams will probably prefer to bat first. In the final game, whoever wins the toss will prefer to bat first, have runs on the board, because these pitches are wearing out a bit in New Zealand. So make use of the pitch in the first innings and then defend the total. New Zealand need Williamson to perform. They need him to fire. He's had a relatively quiet series. He's a world-class player. If he can get into the zone, it'll be really good for New Zealand. And then Martin Guptill needs to give them the starts. Middle overs, Conway and Neesham and Phillips. These guys need to contribute a bit more. Conway's had a good series so far. He needs the support of somebody like Neesham and Phillips, to stabilize the innings. Even if they don't get boundaries, rotate the strike, and then towards the end they can catch up any run rate. It's not a problem. Apart from that, I think it was a good day for the bowlers overall, except I think Jameson got hit in that last over. Apart from that, I think the bowlers did well from both teams. So batting is the issue, especially for New Zealand. Even Australia, if it wasn't for Finch, they would have struggled. So credit to the captain. But yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to this final game of the series. It's going to be really good. Australia have the momentum now. I think New Zealand, it looked like it was going to be a one-sided series the way they started winning 2-0. But now Australia have the momentum, winning 2 games in a row. It could be anyone's game, though. T20 is an unpredictable format, as we know. It'll be a great game, hoping for a last ball thriller. And watch out for the space. I'll catch you after the fifth game. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe, and hope you enjoy the episode. And stay tuned for further content. Thank you so much.